Welcome back to Court 1, the final and last day, or the fourth and final day, should we say, here on Court 1. A big playoff game for both teams here. Italy in the men's division. Last time placed 2019, they're fifth. They placed fifth, and this time they're here to play again for fifth. Switzerland, last time around, finished 11th, so no matter the finish here, it beats last year's or last Euros results. Their men's team ranked 11th, Italian team ranked 6th. Here on Court 1, Italy versus Switzerland in that 5th place playoff. We've seen plenty from both of these teams, what their wingers can do. Marshall on that right side, very aggressive, high up the court, likes to play a lot of neutral zone dodgeball. Ghiselli on that right side, we've seen his arm and how quick the wind-up can be. And the game does get underway. That centre camera and the middle ball picked up there from the Italians. Buffo, that centre rush player, ball popped out wide to Ghiselli on that left side, and the high press. Buffo, unfortunately, can't get high enough. Probably looks for the catch while he's in midair, but it's so far out of his reach. Benjamin Verveer, that left side winger, he'll be opposite Ghiselli. Plays in the Austrian leagues, a huge tactician behind that Switzerland team this side around. And a big dodge from Pash in that middle, that high dodge. And number 24 there doesn't quite find the block. Mingroni. The two-ball attack and the delayed comes in. A single ball for a single ball. Molina takes out the number 13. The other Verveer brother is also taken out on that left wing, and that's a good out for Switzerland. They take out Ghiselli. He's that sort of brain power behind a lot of the decisions that comes from this men's team. Italy had no balls in that possession. They now have 2. The fake comes in, and a great standing counter. And a great catch. Number 22 there from the Italian men's side. Great catch on his track back. and a 3-ball attack, but Marshall dodges underneath. That aggressive winger that we've seen so many times here on court 1. The underarm comes back, and Marshall blocks, but it heads into the ground. Marshall probably could have looked for that catch earlier from the block back. And that is the time. Time ends on that set. Fortini in that center. That was the Italian that made the catch. It's the catch that changed the set around for them. They take the first set. And they'll obtain the first 2 set points here on court 1. This time middle ball picked up by De Bettas from the Swiss team. Marshall so unlucky there. He's bobbling that ball back as he's running back so close to the catch. Pash maybe slight distracted from the ball from Marshall. Gets hit by a single. A 1v6 now, a couple of catches from Italy and some great attacking players. Already give them a 1v6. Two balls get thrown. Fortini left there. In the center, the ball that gets blocked up, taken by Giselli. And that's a very quick set from that Italian side, who now lead this game 4 set points to 0. No hit out from Pash's hit out. Favera's hit out, I believe, from that ball. A single ball from Marshall. And Benjamin Favre believes he hits the Italians just on the shorts. He does. Giselli hit out, but he's caught straight back in. A great catch from that Italian, number 16. Nice and secure in that area. Molina picks it up. Pash, the sole player left in for that Switzerland side. A 1v6 he's got to face. 1 minute 45 on the clock. The single ball comes in, but it's blocked easily by the Italians, and that's what they look for. Doesn't really want to be wasting time here. Always hard for a 1v6, and if you're going to do it, you've got to do it quick. Jumps high, but can't quite jump over all 3. That small delay ball from Fortini comes in. Italy 6 up, 7 minutes 50 left on the clock of this first half. Ball picked up again from that centre rush from Switzerland. A big trade for Switzerland. That's a great first hit for them. Now 2 up in this set. It's a set they needed. It's a set they need to take. This set far from over. 2 minutes 30 still left on the clock. And a double hit is what the Italians needed. A 6v4 has now turned into 4 apiece. Make that 4-3. The Italians so clinical in every decision and every ball they throw. A substitute this time around, Carrascosa. Now on this starting lineup for the Swiss. Now Benjamin, a 1v4. Benjamin Favre to do it all. Oh, and a great dodge. And a bounce on the last high. Leap into the air. And there's a 1v3. Ball straight out of the hands, and he's got to track back now. 50 seconds on the clock. Single ball blocked and a great fake. Trying to play super aggressive, but when you're trying to play aggressive, throwing towards that ball isn't going to help you. And Fortini with that single ball. A great arm. Top right of the court. Timeout is called. It had to be early from the Swiss. Currently 8-0 down in this game. They've been in a couple of sets early on, but as time plays on in that set, they start losing players quicker and quicker. The Swiss have to be clinical after this timeout. They've got to be talking about several things and making sure that they're last in the sets out. Italy playing very smart dodgeball. We've seen it in plenty of games of this tournament, and in the games they have lost, they've been so close in. Five minutes 16 left on this first half clock. Swiss with that centre ball, not clinical this time around from the throw. De Laurentiis blocks that centre ball, and he'll be playing that top left wing now. A good hold from the Italians, who have made a couple of subs this time around. That's some good dodging. A spin around from Marshall. He's eyes forward after the spin, and he takes the catch. That's nice from Marshall. It won't bring a player back in, but it will shut the Italians down early. De Silva is brought on for the Italians. Caselli heads to the outbox. Maybe a bit of rest needed. And a good toe shot there from the Italians. They take out Carrascosa. De Silva high into the air. It's that dodging style that we've seen from him a lot in this tournament. takes out Benjamin Favre. That's a good trade for him. Dodges low himself and doesn't get hit by Favre's ball. Marshall taken out from the single ball. His leg sort of left out stranded behind his ball. And a very good catch from the Italians. They've been playing like this all game. They're taking that single ball, and this time Pash is taken out. De Petas a 1v6, a big set ahead of him with only 1 minute to play. Takes out Braccoloni early on in this game. De Petas hit there just on that 2-ball attack. He tries to get low, but one tracks him very, very well. Swiss down 10-0 in this game. De Silva with a quick centre ball. Molina with that middle ball. Line infringement from him, but a good catch. Fortini taking all those centre balls. He's hit out on the trade this time around. So the Swiss do even things up. And a block from the Italians after the nice 2-ball attack. They're making sure that the Swiss wings are pushed back and pressured back every play. De Petas goes low and he thinks he's dodged the ball, but the Italians have actually faked it out. And Buffo thinks he blocks it, but a block straight down hits his foot on the way out. They've got to be more considerable of their blocks, and Molina this time around not taking the catch. A 3v3 now. Swiss have to take this set if they want any chance of winning this game and bringing it back. But a good trade. De Silva eyes up and he catches that rebound ball. The Swiss were close to making it 3-2 themselves, but a good catch from De Silva. A slight hit out there from the Italians, a very honest play. As much as the refs can make decisions, it's always nice that the players head out themselves. A 2v2, 20 seconds left on the clock for the Swiss. The single ball, they've got to take out De Silva here. And now Fortini tracks back. And they do get that hit out. A 90-second set will be played out. And they hit out a little too late that time around. Swiss yet again winning that middle ball. De Petas has been clinical on winning that middle ball, but the Swiss haven't done much with it every time they win it. De Silva with that high leap, the split dodge. Ball heads towards the back net. And 5 apiece now. Whether the team eliminates the other or the time runs out the team with the most amount of players will win that set, and Fortini doesn't get the catch. He heads low. That's his favoured position in taking that catch. And now Swiss up 5 players to 2. 40 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time left for the Italians to turn this around. And there's one. Genoux just getting hit out there. The Swiss 2-ball attack not effective this time around. Zoni and Marshall throw those 2. And Zoni, that high leap, a very acrobatic player. He's got that vertical style leap. A play ball called. There will be a discussion there, and a blue card, I can imagine, will come out. The Welsh line refs have just made sure that his hands are up, and a blue card will be called out. He knew what he'd done from the start. His hands were up. The ball's still thrown. I do believe they will win this set, or very close to winning this set. So they're just making sure that the players aren't arguing the rest. That will cause them to give cards as well. De Silva 1v3 now, dying seconds of the set. We believe that minute-and-a-half set is over. So into the half, the Italians will lead the game 12-2. A good last set for the Swiss, but maybe a little too late in the half to get any momentum. As they swap halves, a 3-minute to 5-minute timer on that clock for the half. The Italians have to be proud of that first half. They've been ever dominant and played some really good dodgeball. Making sure they're taking those single ball catches, that high press. The Swiss not quite finding a way to react to that just yet. Head into the second half. Mini now makes his way onto court. one of those faces that if you've been watching European Dodgeball for a while, you would have seen him about a fair amount. One of the main organisers for the Italian Euros in 2018. Molina first to hit the outbox. Bufo close to that line there, but that cooling style that is favoured by the Italians, that fingers behind the ball to make the call. It's a very old style of dodgeball calling, but has always stayed with the Italians. Mini just clipped out there. The Swiss come out strong in this set. Only a minute gone, but that's a 1-for-1 trade. A good trade for the Swiss. They'll happily take that. And Angelos hit out, so the Italians have equaled things up. And that side swinging arm from Bocelli. And a leap of faith comes in. Zoni gets the hit. Very good leap of faith, that high jump. Bufo limited to the back of the court there. The Italians did everything right in that set to try and bring it back. One opportunity was given to Zoni and he's taken it, that leap of faith, high and far. But Zoni this time around giving us a line fault. That's 3 called out from the start. 2 for a line fault, 1 for a hit. The Swiss haven't got off to the best start here. 30 seconds gone and they're all 3 players down. And Bocelli just with the blocks on the right side. He's got that low swinging throw and it's deadly again. It's so hard to read when it's coming from that low, but it keeps that straight line down. This time, unfortunately, hit out. The ball is dropped and Fortini's there to pick it up. And a great rush through from Mini, just applies that pressure. Player is called out, Marshall. So the Swiss a 1v5 now. Fortini, that the eyes opposite him, just applying that pressure. Bufo hit out there, tries to get behind the ball, but he's not quite small enough. But the line ref proves deadly for the Swiss team this time around. 3 or 4 called out for line infringement. Something you don't want to be doing on day 4 of the tournament. So the Italians this time around get that centre ball. Nothing done with it just yet, but there it comes. Angelos taken out, but a good trade. Molina taken out in that trade, and that's what any team wants to be doing out here. You want to be making sure those De Bettas is scored out there. He thinks he's got hold of it, but he does have hold of it. It's a catch and then out for the line infringement. So only 1 player down now. And a good hit out. They take out Bocelli. The single ball from Fortini in the centre there. Nice high press. De Silva and Mini keep that high press, making sure there's no running counter. The ball pops up. Too far for Mini to jump. Ball retriever gets that, and Italy will now push forward with 3. And the delayed ball, De Silva's nice aggressive ball, forces the Swiss to dodge. Fortini this time punishing. And a block for Favre. Takes out De Silva. That's a great toe snapper. Annoyed with himself, but when the throws are that accurate, it's hard to dodge. A minute and a half left for the Italians to last this set out. Mini and Fortini push forward. A fake first. And then they just hold that high press. The block from Mini. And Fortini's faked into that high attack. Favre drops his ball, takes the other one. Angelos back onto the court. Angelos won with a block. Oh, Mini goes to take that catch. It's too high up. And Favre with the catch late on in the set gets the hit he wants. A little comeback from the Swiss. They need to build momentum. It's not too late to turn this game around. Aggressive throws from all. Plenty of fakes, and the winged attack proves deadly. Ludovic hit out there. Mini hit out for the Italians also. A 5v2, 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. Molina doesn't take the catch, but a good trade. Buffo, that high aggressive wing, just making sure he's punishing the plays. Benjamin Favre left now. The Swiss player that plays in Austria, the man behind so many tactics, an aggressive throw, but blocked easily. The no look from Favre doesn't quite find his target. It's close to Fortini, but he doesn't want to quite reach it out. That player will be called out. That's invalid by a mile and a half. That ball has to be within 1 meter of the opponent you're throwing at. A good hold from the Italians. They'll release 2 at least. De Silva heads low, this time not aiming for the high jump. Close to the toes of Fortini, but the gazelle-like dodge. And that one called out and invalid from Bruno, that co-head ref of the tournament. Definitely the right call there, bounces in the neutral zone. An early out for both teams here. And that's a good arm from Braccoloni, who heads on that left wing now. couple more substitutions this time around. That's a good dodge for the Italian. Don't need to be searching for catches too early on. And an easy dodge for Bocelli, that right side. 14, the arm, ever so accurate, tracks the feet of the Swiss. Braccoloni maybe just hanging around that neutral zone a little too much. He's got no time to track back and he's hit out. A 3 balls march forward for the Italians now. The ball pops up and the catch is caught from that block. Disappointed from the Italians. There's not much you can do about that when that ball is heading towards the Swiss and you've got no ball in your hand. And they're hit out from 3 balls. The Swiss end that set in a great fashion. Now coming ever closer. 16-8. 4 sets behind. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. Almost impossible and a good timeout called. Just stops that momentum of the Swiss. Three minutes 34 on the clock. The Italians probably after that timeout just making sure they need to slow things down, play smart dodgeball. The Swiss, to win 4 sets now, they have to be closing out sets in way under a minute. The quick centre ball from Mini, passed out wide. Italians happily gonna just face 1 ball here, and they don't mind that. They'll take their time. They'll take the 3 balls. There needs to be no aggressive counters this time around. They're not chasing anything, only chasing that 5th place position. It equals their 2019 result and will probably boost their current ranking. Ball pops up, but Molina pops the ball too far ahead. This will be great experience for some of these Italian players. For some, it's their first European Championships. And the ball from Bocelli is fast and powerful, but he's taken out in the same play. The Swiss now 1 player up. They've got to close this set out. We've spoke about it at the half-time, and we spoke about it during the timeout. Italy really only need to last until under 1 minute 30. They last under that time and there'll only be 1 last set left on the clock. The Silva with a block, they've got 4 balls. And the Italians can reset. That 4th ball heads onto the court from the ball retriever. De Silva ponders around that neutral zone, keeps that high press, and a single ball from Mini. A smart piece of dodgeball. 15 seconds left until the Italians can celebrate mentally. The Swiss wondering what they might have done wrong in this game to let the Italians go too far ahead. It's now too late. There'll only be one set under this. The ball pops up. The catch is very, very close. Not sure if it's made or not, but a line infringement is called. Would have been a great catch, maybe a little too late in this game. Only 1 minute and 5 seconds left of the game, 30 seconds left of this set, so no matter what the outcome, even if they last the 3 minutes, there'll still be a 90-second set. Benjamin first back onto court. The captain. And he slides down. He tries to get low, but the Italians, great tracking throw there. They have won this game. It's 18-8. There will be a final 1 minute 30 set. The Italians get the crowd clapping. This will be the final set of their tournament. They will be taking 5th this time around. Switzerland will be taking 6th, but it's a far improvement from their 2019 finish and their current ranking last time around, finishing 11th. The 2-ball attack, unfortunately, takes out Sakon. No catch this time around from number 16, Molina, who's taken plenty of catches in this game. The single ball catches were definitely there earlier for the Italian side. De Silva with a high jump. Angelos maybe thinks about that delayed ball, but De Silva's already on the ground and ready in that catching position by the time he lands. Mangroni thinks he blocks, but unfortunately catches him just on the way down. And a good hit for De Silva, that power behind the arm on the wing. Plenty of agility in De Silva, but that time he looks for the catch, maybe last seconds looking for that dodge. 2 different targets. De Silva hangs around the neutral zone. And Italy do win that final set, 20-8. And that will be the final score. So a great second game here on court 1. Italy taking that win. So I believe just a miscommunication there. Switzerland do actually win the last set, 18-10. Not a bad result for Switzerland, but left it way late on in the game to play any aggressive style of dodgeball. Italy definitely on that front foot from the start. Now, if you want to hang around on this court, we'll be having our first third place playoff of today. Italy versus NI in that women's category. I'll be joined by John Rutland for that game, but first of all, we'll try and get an interview from the Italians. If after the game you aren't still around, head back to the Dodgeball Netherlands YouTube page and you can subscribe just there and you'll be up to date with all the games left for today. 6 games left on court 1 and for this final day. 3 for third place playoffs and 1 each final. Like we've said before, 3 different nations head into those finals. 2 finals each, shared between Austria, England and NI. Next up on this court we'll have Italy, NI in the women's. But first, But first, a little interview with Matteo Mini just after the team photo from Italy and Switzerland.
Thank you, Patrick. Okay. Do like this.
Mini, well, congratulations, a very good game. 18-10. Let's just make sure the mic is turned on.
Test.
It's turned on. I mean, we can test live on here.
We're all turned
we could
on.
have just seen, that's it. But a good result for you. How do you think you and the team played in that game?
Superb. The scoring could have probably be even further away in the distance, but I think what we had to do was control the game rather than let it go at a higher pace, because I mean it's the fourth day of the tournament. We're all kind of tired and sore, and if we do our game and we control the match and we do what we have to do, we can do what we want when we want. We shouldn't have let Switzerland play their aggressive game with a strong pace, so we tried to control it and let it go our way. So I think we're pretty satisfied with what we've done.
Yeah, you equaled your 2019 result. This time around, you had plenty of new faces. A lot of younger players in this squad. Is that something that you have in Italy and we look forward to in the future?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, in Italy, we're really keen on the youth development. All of our clubs pretty much have a youth sector. So many of these kids also in the past are starting out in our youth sector. Then most of them, as soon as they turn 16, have already started in Euros. This time around, we had a few 17 or 18 years old. It's good to have like new faces, some changes, and also having World Championship too this year. We had to not split in two teams, but let everybody, give everybody the chance to play. So we're pretty happy that mixing it all up so much, because we had, I don't know the actual numbers, but many new players, and it all turned out so good. So we're really content.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good
you.
rest of your day. I'm sure you'll be heading in to help the women out in this third place playoff. But thank you very much, Mini.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
So, like I said, hang around on this court for the third place playoff between Italy versus Northern Ireland. Like we said, hang around just where you are, or head back to the Dodgeball Netherlands page and you can subscribe while you're there. But for now, thank you very much.